I'm an extension. If you missed it, I got myself some beautiful, beautiful, luscious extensions in my last video, even though my hair is this long. Like, my hair is tiny. And in the last video, I very quickly just dyed it this beautiful kind of aquamarine shade, but obviously there is a huge disconnection. So today I want to dye it so that I can combine my lengths with the beautiful hair and see what we can come up with. Recently, however, my dyeing ideas has been weak, to put it politely. So I'm putting it completely in your hands with regards to what we're dyeing today. And one of you suggested something really, really cool. So we're trying it today. So this is what my hair looks like. They are beautiful human hair extensions, individually glued with micro keratin bonds. They have been fairly exciting, but obviously this is a funny look. So for the most part, I've been keeping it up in a bun. But my creative elements when it comes to hair color has been a tiny bit impacted by the fact that I've tried literally everything that I could think of. So I've left an open kind of suggestion box for you guys on my website, stellariahair.com, to deposit any of your ideas. It basically is like a recommendation box that you can visit, and any ideas that you have, you can leave there and I take one from them. These extensions, your ideas, and today's dyeing theme, also your idea, because Emily from the US recommended that I dye my hair the same color as my eyes. See, now, funnily enough, I'm sure she meant these ones, right? But these are actually contact lenses. Fun fact, we're still gonna dye them very similar. So that is exactly what I'm gonna be doing, using nothing but Arctic Fox. Wait, let me show you the bottle better, because it's this video is sponsored by Arctic Fox, also known as the best hair dye brand on the market at the moment, and it's me saying that. I've been a loyal fan of Arctic Fox for many, many years now, so the fact that this video is sponsored by them is like kind of a moment for me. I've done some of my most creative, bold and ballsy hair colors using their incredible hair dye range. There is literally no one quite like them on the market. They are pigmented, they are affordable, they are vegan, cruelty-free, they have a beautiful scent, they have an insane color range, they have some of the most insane epic colors on the market, and they just nail it on the head every single time. I love them. Today is no surprise that I am attempting this color with them, because anytime I do some sort of a bold, bright hair color, semi-permanent colors are always going to be better than permanent hair colors. Permanent colors tend to be really great for longevity, but do not offer that same brightness that semi-permanent dyes do. Not only that, but these are also conditioning based. This means that this does not penetrate into the hair shaft, it does not damage the hair, it is conditioner based, it simply stains the hair. So all the comments that I still to this day keep receiving about how much I'm damaging my hair should really reevaluate what they're doing with their life, because I, for the most part, use only semi-permanent hair dyes, which are completely damage-free because they do not enter the hair shaft. So this is my color at the moment. I did get these colors with Arctic Fox as well. I dyed my hair emerald, but now I really want to channel my eye color. And if we analyze my eyes a tiny bit, which I've already done because I got the dyes right here, I have a circle of beautiful navy blue around the rim of the contact lens, because again, I'm not taking credit for contact lens, which I'm going to tackle with Blue Jean Baby. For the inner iris pupil, I keep forgetting the names, I'm going to be going in with my classic mix for emerald green, because the contact lenses slash my eyes are very, very emerald in nature. But then I'm going to break the rules a tiny bit, and instead of going in with the classic slightly yellow rings that I have right around my pupil, I'm gonna just free willy it and go in with this one right here. It's called Girls Night, and I've never used this, and it's been eyeing me on my shelf, and I really want to give this a go. So I'm gonna do like 90% my eye color and then just randomly throw in the wax of these. Let's begin! All right, thanks for meeting me here, everybody. I'm happy to see you all again. I'm gonna explain to you a tiny bit about semi-permanent hair colors because some of you are still a tiny bit confused about it, and then also color theory because some of you are a bit confused about that too. Blue Jean Baby in a signature Blue Jean Blue bowl. Sometimes it's good to use visually representative bowls when doing multiple colors, just so that you genuinely have no reason to mix up any bowls. That is beautiful. We're going to swatch all of these. Safety first, ställer in a bit. Equal mix of aquamarine and phantom green. The best formula to get the best emerald green hair color if your base is white. Here's a rule about hairdressing and the art of hair dyeing. You have to allow yourself to get messy. That is why I recommend a white t-shirt for you to just rub everything in, and that will also become your fun little art project. And then in a red bowl and not a purple bowl, I'm going to put Girls Night, the most beautiful shade of lavender purple. Once more. Haha. I'm going to just mix up these two colors and then we're going to swatch them so we see what the hell we're working with. Here's my plan. Go in with Blue Jean Baby on the roots. That's currently my length of an actual hair. I want to drag it down a tiny bit. Go in with Emerald Green on the majority of my hair to represent the majority of my eyeballs. And then go in with Girls Night on the ends of my hair. Blend them all together. And we have something that looks like this. Let's try it. Why are you wet? Oh, it's wet. I'm getting gloves. Disgusting. I've got my dyes. I've got my reference sheet. Let's get dyeing. So right now you can see that I'm applying it even on my roots, which is a bit darker than what semi-permanent dyes can take. But I have found that when it comes to pigment, Arctic Fox dyes do have enough of a give within their dyes that it can still stain even darker hair color. So even though I didn't bleach my roots, I'm hoping that the intensity of the dye pigment is still able to tone it. I'm not expecting it to dye it super dark, but I do think it's going to tone it and give it a really, really cool look. So that's what we're going for. So now that we're here, let's go through the intricacies of dye and discover once and for all, is it damaging? So let me break it down for you. There are multiple types of dyes, although I'm going to refer to them as staining agents, on the market available at the moment. However, the two ones that you kind of have to keep in mind is permanent or semi-permanent. Permanent colors refer to dyes that require an oxidizing agent or an activator. Without this activator, the dye itself will not do anything. It requires something called hydrogen peroxide to activate the active ingredient in the dye and start the release of oxygen, which is what's going to allow the dye to penetrate into the hair. Now, these ones, while they do affect the hair shaft, they're not the most damaging, but there is something still actively going on, because the cuticle of the hair is still being opened because of that release of oxygen within the hair. This then becomes way more pronounced when we're talking about bleach. Then there is semi-permanent dyes, and semi-permanent dyes can also be called staining dyes. This Arctic Fox dye that I'm using is not entering the hair shaft. Semi-permanent dyes do not enter the cuticle whatsoever. It just kind of sticks to the outside because the cuticle has a raised edge and the dye just kind of stays on the outside of this. That is why these are also really good for people like me who like to see their hair colors change on a regular basis. The benefits of both can really be also their weaknesses. For instance, some people like to go for permanent hair colors because they want the longevity of a color. For me, personally, I like to change my hair color, and permanent hair colors make that a bit difficult. That is why I tend to be really loyal to my semi-permanent colors, and that is why I'm really loyal to my Arctic Fox, because their colors, especially used within the range of their own brand, are really, really easy to go from one color to another to another. The potential downsides, which could also be their benefits, is that semi-permanent tends to fade a bit quicker, permanent tends to last a bit longer. It really does depend on how you look at it. I am so far absolutely loving this. Because I have extensions, I'm actively trying to work in the dye before I go on with the emerald. So far, however, we are looking cute as fuck. Oh my god. Okay, fantastic. Done with this, time for the emerald. So I actually really like this kind of beautiful aquamarine color that I have going on, so I don't really want to touch it. So I'm just gonna kind of drag it and then let it dissipate on its own. Again, I'm not dragging it all the way down to the ends because this is where I want to add my hint of girl's night. Ooh. My best recommendation for applying dye, any dye, is never to apply it like this, because you are really destroying the outside of your hair, kind of like a towel. So what you want is to just gently use your fingers or a brush or a tool to gently guide the product into and down your hair. Emerald color, done. And now for the final one, the beautiful lavender. Now, because I really just want like the literal tiniest bit, I'm not even going to apply it with a paintbrush. I'm actually going to apply the dye onto my paddle brush and apply it with that, because the bristles are so much more sporadic than the thick bristles of a painting brush that it's going to give a much softer kind of just like barely there effect, which is what I'm going for. I need more on the other boob. Now I will leave this for as long as I want. The longer that I leave it, the more opaque the color is, because that's how semi-permanent works. It's a stain. The longer you leave it on, the longer it stains. Then I will wash it and I will show you the finished result. As we always do, 3, 2, 1.
I promised I would wait for you, but I'm getting so impatient. Tell me that you're ready now. This room is
Long hair Stella's here and she's staying for a while. Dyeing my hair the color of my eyes. Probably one of the best ideas that you guys had. Something that I probably would not have come up with on my own. So I thank you guys. This is the look that I ended up with. To say that I love it is an understatement, and I hope you guys can feel the sentiment as well. But I think you guys will, because you tend to love emerald hair and you tend to love long hair. Even with like a headband. Oh my god. Oh my god. I haven't seen this side of Stella in such a long time. Oh my god. Extensions will make you feel some way, but so will hair dye. And this has to be one of my favorite combinations of hair colors, because there's like depth up at the top with Blue Jean Baby. The color, in fact, has to be one of the nicest shades, because it is not true blue, it's like a very dark emerald. Then we've got like true emerald right here. It is absolutely blowing my mind how much I love this color right here. And then we have the original aquamarine that initially we started with, and then we have the lightest hints of periwinkle, because when I added Girl's Dream to the ends, it turned it periwinkle. Overall, I think we aced it. No? I love it. I absolutely love it, and having used Arctic Fox for it, I got the most pigment that I could out of any semi-permanent hair color, and the whole thing just works super well together. Like, super well. Holy shit. This is my eye color. And I think we did a damn good job of replicating it. But now comes the fun part. I actually really like this look. And normally I wouldn't fuss too much about maintaining my hair color, because I do want to change it rather quickly. But right now I have extensions and I really love the way that this looks. So I'm actually going to make a massive effort to maintain this color as much as possible, especially to prevent my extensions from fading quicker than my own hair, which can happen when using multiple sources of hair. So here are some of the tips and tricks that I am going to put into place over the next few weeks to prevent this from fading too excessively and too much. One of the things that I'm going to be implementing is using color-safe shampoos and conditioners. These ones by Arctic Fox are specifically formulated for it, as well as to strengthen the hair. Because now that I have extensions, I like to do a mask treatment, and I'm going to add dye directly in here. Because these are conditioning based dyes, this means that this can actually be blended into your conditioner or mask, and it can dye the same time as treat your hair. Because I'm most concerned about the emerald part of my hair, I'm going to be using these two colors. This is actually so beautiful. Probably shouldn't have done that. This is literally from the conditioner and it's already stained me. So it's gonna be effective. So now I've got a custom treatment mask for me to use when I wash my hair. That is actually beautiful. Second thing that I'm going to do is I am going to dilute some of the dye into this spray bottle. And I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with it. Taking some conditioner. And like this, we have just created a custom leave-in dye. This is what we're going to be using every time we wash our hair. Hello. It is hair wash day. It is finally time to wash my hair because it's been a few days and it's starting to itch and everything, which hair does from time to time, so that's wash it. I have learned that extensions like wigs tend to tangle. It's the one thing that made me realize how much I don't like long hair. I like it, it's beautiful, but there's a reason I tend to always gravitate towards short hair. Look how beautiful it is. Okay, I'm gonna wash it. I'm gonna use my Color Save shampoo, and then I'm gonna go in with my custom color lengthening products. Let me wash the hair and then I'll show you what the hell I'm doing. Okay, we have washed the hair and now I'm going to apply the treatment mask. Anytime I apply any sort of a treatment mask, I always do like to towel dry the hair first just to get excess water out, because otherwise it's literally just going to drip down. Now this is the hair after washing. In general, Arctic Fox colors, I've noticed through the years, they don't fade that quickly. Even though they're semi-permanent, like the color is still all there. So if I wanted to skip this, I could, but I've got a couple of fun events coming up this weekend, so I'm applying this like I would my normal treatment mask, my normal conditioner. And I am applying this also onto the ends because these extensions are human hair extensions that have been bleached. So we want to treat it and color it at the same time. There is so much skepticism about whether you should brush your hair when it's wet or not. Should you brush it in the shower? Should you not? The way I see it, and the way I've always seen it, is you can't apply product efficiently and effectively if your hair is tangled. That being said, the hair is much more prone to breakage when the hair is wet, so I would always recommend brushing it through gently, starting from the ends, working your way up. But if in this case I don't brush out my hair now, then the product isn't going to be distributed how I want to, and it might result in not so much uneven coverage. But that looks stunning. I'm gonna leave this on for 10 minutes and then rinse it off. While we're waiting, anyways, this is staying all on for 10 minutes. I'll be right back. Normally this would be the step that I would apply a leave-in conditioner, but we mixed up our own because I really want to make sure this color lasts. Normally I would say I'd either use the mask or this, but today we're doing both because I have a fun weekend. I want the most bold color. And now we can go in with whatever other leave-in product we want. And then we style. You're welcome. Makeup is done and I styled my hair using literally nothing but salt spray to get this super mermaid effect, because this color literally reminds me of nothing but the Little Mermaid, even though her hair is red. But these colors just, they give mermaid, so we went for a wet look. Great, and that's how I'm gonna have my hair the next few days. Colors are still super, super, super vibrant, and the fact that they are now kind of a bit curly, wet look, it just makes them look even cooler. With each wash, I continue to alternate between the spray in leave-in method to extend my hair color or the hair mask application method, basically altering one or the other depending on what I had more time for. If I saw that the color was stripping a bit quicker, I would use the hair mask because it would sit on my hair for 10 minutes, and because it was also in a hair mask, it was also nourishing and moisturizing my hair. But anytime that I was running late or I feel like I didn't need as much color longevity, I just did the very quick spray and leave-in method and it was good to go. The good thing about both of these is that because Arctic Fox is conditioner based and I was mixing it in a conditioner base as well, my hair was just routinely and continuously nourished. After a few weeks of having this hair color, I am incredibly happy to tell you that the hair is still very much the same color. And so, ladies and gentlemen, 8 washes later and quite a few weeks after the initial application of the dye, my hair and previously blonde extensions. I love it. I absolutely love it. The color is still so incredibly vibrant that I am living for it. To be honest, I expected the color to bleed so much more because the base of this hair was blonde, and anytime there is blonde hair in the mix, it's normally going to mean that the hair fades quicker just because that's the chemical makeup of the hair. But this hair is still so beautifully vibrant. It has taken on a much more of a turquoise color just because we were kind of treating it with more of a blue tint, but it is so beautiful. It is so lush. It is still so vibrant. I cannot say at all that this is pastel in any way. The one thing I can say is that the hair over here faded just the tiniest bit, just because I was focusing most of the color lengthening products on the ends. Arctic Fox hair colors in general do not tend to fade as quickly as other brands, just because of how they are produced and manufactured, and the fact that they are based in a conditioning mask treatment means that you can ensure that along with a coloring treatment, you're also getting a nourishing treatment. But when you add in this kind of lengthening or color saving treatments that we did in any of the 2 formats that we did, the color genuinely will not fade at all. Like, I genuinely cannot see a single bit of seaweed blue anywhere. If anything, it just became even more vibrant because we are routinely putting pigment back into the hair. Also, my hair is in incredible condition. It's so nourished and moisturized. Like, typically, I'll be honest, I don't do color lengthening treatments just because I like to fade it out quickly. But the fact that I was doing this, and I was doing this with Arctic Fox, meant that my hair was just, it was just being lathered in moisture, in nourishment, in water being put back into the hair strand. So I feel good, I can't lie. All of the products that I use are going to be listed down in the description box below, although I literally only used 3 colors. That's all you need, and you're set for like months if you need it. Of course, I wouldn't be Stella if I wasn't already thinking of my next hair color. I am completely out of ideas though, so if you want to be the next person to recommend something incredibly wild, it has to be wild. Head over to Stellari Hair, House of Hair, leave your comment down below. Let's see what else we can create, and let's see what other Arctic Fox colors we get to try, because they've got an incredible shade range. I just genuinely have no idea which one to go for. If you haven't already, subscribe to this channel, join the Stellar fam, let's learn a thing or two together. You guys have been absolutely amazing. Keep on recommending your incredible ideas to me. I will be trying them. I will be giving you credit. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you'll give it a go, and I will see you in my next video. I love you!